What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. We are back, you guys. This is season 2 of Young, Famous, and African. Now listen, I absolutely love this show for so many reasons, but my main reason for loving this show is that people outside of the continent of Africa are able to see the opulence and the richness, and that these Africans are doing it and they are making money and they are millionaires and they are living that life. Because for so long, so many of us Americans, especially Black Americans, were sold this idea of Africa just being this rich, this poor third world, homeless, flies, bloated stomachs, right? I remember those infomercials when I was a kid. So for no other reason, that's the reason why, and that's also the reason why I ain't never gonna hate on them showing off their money, because they need to let the world know that they have it, right? Okay, now let's get into it. So it is season 2, and everybody from season 1 looks like they're back, and we do have a couple of additions, and we'll get to the additions in a moment. But this episode starts off, we see Diamond. He's calling up DJ Naked, and he's like, listen, I'm on my way back. I want to have a party. I want you to hook it up, get everybody, call everybody, and let's get together. Now, Naked is like, you want me to call everybody? Diamond's like, yeah, call everybody. Naked was like, so that means everybody. Everybody? And Diamond was like, what you talking about? Yes, call everybody. Now, for those who did not look at season 1, first of all, you need to go back and look at season 1. But if you don't, I'm going to get you caught up. There's a reason why Naked is concerned about whether everybody is invited, okay? So we see Naked meeting up with, like, now listen, y'all know y'all got to work with me on these names now, okay? Okay. Naked is meeting up with, Kalei. Now, we found out that she is living in Dubai now. She's actually a citizen of Dubai. But, child, you know, she came back to film for the season. That's the only reason why she's here. Now, I guess we'll get an update on, it looks like she's still with her man thing, and that they are down to the Dubai living their best life. Don't know what's going on with her daughter and all of that. Hopefully, we'll get an update on the whole situation this season. Then, now her and Naked have this love-hate relationship thing. But, you know, because Naked is like, that's my girl, that's my sister. And she was like, y'all know I don't like Naked, but we know how to get along. So I don't know, child. I don't know. But we see them talking about the party. And she was like, so Diamond is cool with Andele coming? Now, if y'all forgot from last season, child, Andele, player, was trying to push up on Connie. Connie is the mother of Diamond's 2 children. And the last episode we saw was Diamond rolling up on Andele up in Connie's house. Okay? So that's where we left it off, all right? You know, we didn't have no reunion or nothing for this show. So that's kind of just been hanging. So, you know, Naked was like, look, I asked him if he was invited. He said invite him, so I called everybody. And when he called Andele was like, you sure? I mean, did he say invite me, or did you just assume that it was okay to invite me? I said, you know what? So next we see Swanky and we see Connie. They are having a private shopping experience so that Connie can find an outfit for the party. And of course, Swanky is going to style her. For those who don't know, Swanky is the stylist of the stylist, okay? And I love Swanky. I don't know how much I'm going to love Swanky this season. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Because I still love him. I don't know how much I'm going to agree with stuff with him this season. But I still love me some Swanky. I just love how he carries himself. I love his confidence. I love his style. I love Swanky, okay? So, we see the 2 of them catching up. And we find out that Connie had actually started falling for Andele. She said, I really did like him. And I had started falling for him. Like, I was actually thinking about the possibility of something going on between us. But then, after Diamond caught him at the house, he sort of ghosted me. Like, she was like, I haven't heard from him since that happened. Now, I'm not sure the timeline between the end of the first season and the beginning of when they started filming for this. So I feel like it was a window there. Because y'all know a lot of times they film these shows and then they got to shop it. And then it could be sometimes 8, 9 months, maybe even longer. So I feel like when they filmed all of this, it was a big time gap to when they started filming season 2. So I don't know how long it had been since she had heard from Mandela, but she said it had been a minute, child. Then we found out that Swanky and Annie have fallen out. Now listen, Swanky, if there was any relationship that was solid last season, it was Swanky and Annie. They were friends. And remember, Annie was the one who had the husband, who had all these outside churn, and they renewed their vows at the end, and all that good stuff. But they were like Swanky was solid on Annie. Like, you better not say nothing bad about Annie. He had Annie's back all day, every day. Now, Swanky says, I'm not really gonna speak on what happened because that's not who I am as a friend. He said, I have not talked to Annie about it yet, so I'm not going to publicly discuss something that I have not privately discussed. Now, from a friend aspect, I can respect the hell out of that. From a TV show aspect, bruh, what she do? Now, when Annie, we see that Connie went to go visit Annie. Now, Connie and Annie have built a friendship over time because last season, child, they did not get off to the best start. But Connie said, I have grown to love Annie, and we have really built a friendship. So we see them talking, and Annie says the one thing that she hates about what happened after last season was that a lot of people started sort of dogging out her husband. And she was like, I hate the fact that basically he ended up looking like the bad guy, and people were kind of, social media, the blogs were kind of coming for him, and she said that made me kind of feel bad. But I'm like, first of all, it ain't like nobody made up nothing. Child, the man had children outside of your marriage, period. That's it. Now you can justify it, explain it, you can change it up. Well, we weren't married. Well, he had these 5 kids already. Child, he got 5 kids from 2 different women. Y'all have known each other since y'all were in high school. So there's no way possible that there was no entanglement babies going on. Now, again, maybe y'all was breaking up to make up, but all 5 of them babies ain't break babies. Now listen, that ain't what you said last season, so don't try to switch it up now, Annie. Now, I like you, Annie, but don't try to switch it up now and try to make it seem like, oh, well, So then she brought up the fact that Swanky's not talking to her. She said, I have no idea why. I don't know what I did to him. And he's saying he don't know what he did to her. So somewhere somebody lied. Somebody knows something. She said the only thing that she can think of is that maybe Swanky is mad with her because of the scandal and everything that ended up happening last season with Tubaba. And maybe he didn't want that scandal on his brand, on his name. But even with me, I'm like, that's a little weak. I don't think that's accurate. So then, and DJ Naked, I keep wanting to say DJ Envy, child. I know it ain't DJ Envy, but Naked gave us an update. Him and what her name? Maybe that's Kelly. Child, I'm getting all these names. It's Connie, Zara. Kelly is Naked's girlfriend. I'm sorry. It's Connie and then it's Zari. Listen, I'm gonna get my names together. You see, I got my list here, child. But anyway, so I'm sorry. Kelly is Naked's girlfriend. They still together, child. He said she still want more than what he willing to give, but they done met somewhere in the middle, child. If you like it, I love it, Kelly. If you like it, I love it. That man has been very clear about what he is and is not willing to give. And if you still there waiting for him to change his mind, baby, then that's on you, okay? I feel like you gotta, when a person tells you who they are, believe them the first time. So if this man is telling you who he is and you are choosing not to accept that, then I can't tell you nothing different. Okay? I cannot tell you nothing different. All right? Now, then we see Andele meeting up with Nadia. See, I'm getting my names. Nadia is the rapper. Remember last season, her and Diamond flirted a little bit, but it ain't really go nowhere. She had the boyfriend who lived did he live in America or South America? But I know he lived on the same continent. But they ended up breaking up while they were filming last year. She was sort of heartbroken. Well, we find out that she is now in a whole new relationship with a new guy. His name is Kyrian. Now I don't know him, okay, but he seems to be a really big deal. And then Dele is like, "Are you sure you ready to put up with the drama that comes with dating somebody like him?" And she was like, "What you talking about? What do you mean?" He was like, "Girl, you know what I mean." She was like, "What do you mean? I don't know what you mean." He was like, "Girl, his ex girlfriend." Now we found out that his ex girlfriend's name is Bulang. Bulang. We found out later on is like a little bit of everything. She is like the Oprah, like media influencer, all that kind of stuff going on. Now, here's the tea. Nadia and Boulang used to be friends. Nadia said, "Child, we not friends anymore, and we fell out years ago. We fell out long before I started dating him. And okay, they used to date, but that was years ago. It is what it is. It's over. It's a wrap. So I ain't really tripping over none of that. You know, people can speculate, people can, start their rumors, but it is what it is, and that ain't how it went down." Well, what we find out later on, y'all, Booyang is now on the show. And here's what I thought was very interesting. In the opening credits, they introduced all the cast from last season. Then they introduced the new cast members. And then Booyang got a whole starring Boolang. So I have to believe that she is absolutely a big fucking deal. Because she is in the opening credits as starring over top of the people that are coming back from last season. Everybody else was like, the other people the other people they introduced them as introducing or something like that. But for her, baby, it was starring. I said, how's she coming on the second season and she's starring? I thought that was interesting. So maybe she must really be a big deal. Okay. The other new person we have this season is a guy by the name of Lewis. We didn't see him this episode, so I feel like he's gonna probably be in the next episode. And then we met Fantia. We're gonna get to her. She's gonna be a lot, okay? She's gonna be a lot. So Diamond and Mustard meet up. Diamond and Mustard meet up. Fantana. She's from Ghana. She's a dance hall queen. I said I wasn't gonna tell you later, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. She's a dance hall queen. So we found out that Naked invited her to the party. Diamond is like, okay, because see, here's the thing about Diamond. Diamond is upset with Andele for flirting with his baby mama, but baby Diamond a ho. Okay, and I feel like his issue with Andele is like, we're friends, we were supposed to be like brothers, and you out here, pushing up on my baby mama, and you ain't even give me the respect of having the conversation with me about it. But honestly, I'm like, Andele, like, I don't owe him that. Like, I'm grown. But bro code, I do feel like you could at least get that man a heads up. But anyway, so Naked lets Diamond know I did. He was like, well, I hope you invited everybody. And then he was like, well, except for Andele. And Naked was like, bro, I asked you. I said, are you sure you want me to invite everybody? And you said, yes, invite everybody. And I said, are you sure you want me to invite everybody? And you said, yes, invite everybody. So I invited everybody, which included Andele. So Diamond was like, damn, why you invite him? And he was like, well, my bad. Do you want me to uninvite him? He said, no. He said, but honestly, I feel some kind of way because I feel like he owed me a conversation. He owed me the respect to let me know that he was pushing up on my baby mama. Like, I just feel like he owed me that. He said, and honestly, things really ain't going to be right between us until we have a conversation. Okay? So, here we go. Everybody is pushing up at the party. Now, I love Diamond's little outfit. He's got on this denim Fendi outfit, and it is really, really cute. I liked it. I really liked it, and it looked nice on him. Now, the funny thing was, he rolled up in a denim Fendi outfit for the party, and Connie rolled up in a damn ball gown. I mean, somebody is overdressed, somebody is underdressed, or something. But that's his style too. I mean, I guess, he ain't gonna show up in a tux. Like, that ain't who he is either. So Connie shows up first. Her and Diamond are talking. And they talk a little bit about Andele a little bit. And Diamond is like, I feel some kind of way about him coming. I feel some kind of way about what almost happened between y'all. And what I can appreciate, though, is that Connie was like, okay, well, what about Nadia? Cause I mean, last season you was trying to push up on Nadia and flirting on her in my face. So, like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. Next, we have Nadia showing up with I said Connie. Yeah, work me with the names. Zara. Zara is Donna's baby mama. Please work with me with the names, y'all. Let me get it. I wrote the names down, child. I'm still messing up these people's names. So, Nadia and Zara did not quite hit it off last season either. So she was like, I really don't know what to expect, child. But, it is what it is, child. It is what it is. But they seem to be talking, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How's it going? I see you dating somebody. Yeah, girl, you dating somebody. So when she said that Zara is dating somebody, I said, so then why we even worried about what's going on with Indela if she dating a whole new man now? Like, what is going on with that? So Kelly, who that's Naked's girlfriend, she showed up with Nadia. She gonna ask about Indela. Is Indela coming? And Diamond was like, why you ask me that? And she was like, my bad. I was just wondering, if he coming. And Diamond was like, well, why you ask about him though? Now, Kelly, you was being messy. You knew why you was asking about Indela. Like, we all know the elephant in the room, girl. Stop playing these games. Stop playing these games. So then Annie shows up with, let me get the child. Where my list at? Annie shows up with Zara. And Annie and child, I'm messing these names all the way up, child. Work with me. Annie showed up with Connie. Now Annie and Zara still don't get along, and they kind of did the fake, like, I'm gonna ignore, I'm gonna give you the nod, but keep it moving. So everybody's getting a plate. They sitting down to eat. And Andy was like, I see her, but I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in a conversation with her. I'm not interested in acting with her. Like, we are all here, but it is what it is. And, dang going, Connie is like, oh Lord, here we go. Like, it is unnecessary. Like, can we just, like, why are we playing this game? And they all just, anyway. So now Kelly said we had a whole year to mature. So maybe this is a year later. So I found that to be interesting that it took them a whole year that Indela stopped speaking to Zari for a whole year. But so next, my man shows up, a Swanky, okay, looking regal. So Wanky walks in, baby, and he does his thing, honey, because Swanky got a hell of a walk, right? So Swanky sachets himself in there, and baby, he goes out of his way to speak to everybody. He goes around the table and gives kisses and hugs. Baby, he gets to Annie and he makes an about face forward march as if nobody was sitting in that chair. So for everybody that didn't know there was something going on between Swanky and Annie, baby, it was 100% obvious at that point that there was something going on between Swanky and Annie. Now, Nadia messy self was getting ready to try to dip and dive into it. And Connie was like, girl, come on. We going in the other room because you about to open up a can of worms that ain't nobody trying to deal with tonight, okay? And Nadia was like, I'm just asking because, like, it is obvious. Like, hello, elephant room, hello. Like, everybody in here is seeing what's going on. I'm just the one that's going to ask the question. I'm not sure why y'all tripping. So they get up and go in the other room. Annie goes in the other room. Connie goes in the other room. And Annie is like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not going to play this elementary school game with him. I'm not doing this. Like, he want to sit here and act like he don't see me. That's fine. So they go in the other room because she was like, I'm not going to sit here and be disrespected in my damn face. Like, that's not going to happen. And you can see that Annie's hurt by it. You can see that Annie is hurt by it. And Swanky is acting like, what? What did I do? What are you talking about? What's the issue? What's the problem? And I'm like, Swanky, you know exactly what you're doing. And it's because it gets worse. So anyway. So next, Who comes in next? Is it Andele comes in next? Naked shows up. Um, Let me see. Yeah, Naked and Andele, they show up. And again, more awkwardness. Like, it's more awkwardness because now Andele shows up. Now, here's the thing about Andele, child. He sat there and he started flirting with Zari right in Diamond's face. I said, now, see, you was sitting here talking about you worried about where your situation is with Diamond and making things right with Diamond. Then, sir, maybe you don't need to walk in the door and start flirting with his ex-girlfriend. I mean, with his his ex-girlfriend, the mama of his children. Maybe you don't need to flirt with her before you make things right with him. Like, if that's what you're really worried about. Now, maybe you're not worried and you don't really give a fuck. But, sir, like, now you doing a lot in Delay because they flirting and Diamond is sitting there. He mad as hell. And once again, everybody comes in and we realize that we're all sitting, like they're like, why are we in two different rooms? Because they're like, okay, we got this group over here, and we got this group over here. What's going on? Why are we separate? Why are we separate? So they tell everybody, come in the room. Y'all all come back in here. Come back in here. So everybody ends up in the same room again. And next we see, that is when, so next we have Miss Boulain makes her entrance. Now she introduces herself as saying, I am selfish, I am self-centered, I'm a little arrogant, and that's just who I am. It is who it is. Now her and Swanky are best friends, and Swanky, in my opinion, he does a lot. He's being real extra about greeting her, making it known, this is my love, this is my baby, oh, this is my baby. And again, I feel like you're trying to put a little 20 on 10 towards Annie, but okay. And now you got Nadia feeling uncomfortable because Nadia was like, why in the hell would you invite my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend and ain't nobody give me no heads up? So now she's feeling some kind of way about it. Kelly feeling some kind of way about it. No, Kelly she feels some kind of way when Fanta shows up. Because she's mad because Naked was the one that invited Fanta. And she was like, how you just going to invite a girl to the party and not tell me? If I had done that, you would have a whole fit. If I invited some dude and didn't tell you I was inviting some dude to the party, you be in your feelings right now. So now we got more awkwardness. So Annie gets up Nadia walks off. So Annie and Connie, they go off to go talk to to talk to Nadia and tell her to come back. And of course, it is just so much weird energy in the room. Well, when they go back in the room, Swanky has sat in Annie's seat. And so Annie was like, Swanky, get out my seat. You know I was sitting there. My purse is right there. You know I was sitting there. Baby, Swanky act like he don't hear her. Annie was like, Swanky, you're in my seat. Get out my seat. Baby, Swanky is like... So she just ends up grabbing her purse from behind him because it's literally on the couch behind him and sitting down next to him. And then, she was sitting there for a few minutes and then she said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not playing this elementary school game with him. This is just ridiculous. You're going to sit here. Like, I know you see me. I know you hear me. Like, it's one thing for you to be mad at me and you're not speaking to me like on a social level. It's something totally different for you to sit here and act like you don't see my presence. And then you sat in my seat knowing I was sitting there. Like, you're being very passive aggressive. And Andy was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm too old for this bullshit. So the other thing we find out is that Connie don't like Boulain. So we already know that's going to be a problem because we know Connie don't play these games. Okay? So when Andy left, they were like, why did Andy leave? Why did Andy leave? And they were like, because she felt uncomfortable. Like, y'all know why she left. Because Swanky being an asshole. So the room ends up splitting again. Swanky and his crew get up and walk off. And the other group end up staying. And so once again now, it's a divided house. And then next thing you know, here come Miss Fanta, whatever. And here she come walking in the room asking all the awkward questions. Well, why is she not speaking to him? Why is he not speaking to her? Oh, you tried to date his baby mama? Oh, that was kind of messed up. But did you talk to him about it? And she was like, well, maybe I'm a little bit forward, but I just feel like, I'm walking in the room. I'm trying to get the lay of the land. I'm trying to figure out who's who and what's what. I said, child, here we go. Now, the one thing about her too is she was born in America, but her family was from Ghana. So she said after school she went back to Ghana and became. So she doesn't have a very heavy accent. Because the minute she started talking, I was like, so she doesn't have a very heavy accent. So Diamond starts being very passive aggressive towards on Dule. And he did the same thing Andy did. He was like, you know what? I know what he's doing. I feel the game he's playing. I feel the passive aggressiveness. So now it's my turn to exit stage left. And I'm out. So, child, he ended up leaving. I said, you know what? This has to be the worst party ever. I mean, can you imagine being in that room? Oh, my. Anyway, that was the first episode, child. So get into it. And I'm about to get into this next episode to see what's going on, honey.